And then with us, we have another distinguished panel, and highly paid, by the way. All of you know that these folks are so kind and generous to donate time as well as preparation for our panels. So we appreciate that very much. And so let's begin with our introductions of myself, Diane Egbers, all the experiences, all the education, all of the mentoring, leadership development, coaching, all the things that really make you, you as a leader. And we know, in addition to that, what affects resilience and affects our ability to be resilient in the moment, to be resilient, is our personal values and our personal vision. Because that's the first thing that happens when we have a setback, when something affects us. The first thought often we have is, how does this connect with my values? As we think about this band being really strong, are we really seeking on a daily basis the feedback that we need? Are we reflecting on what happens so that we're not just reacting, that we're really in that space as we think about our personal vision and our personal values? We're really in that space that we are able to really be proactive. You know, and what resonates with most of us, if you're familiar with Matthew Kelly, is just that best version of yourself. What a great description. On a daily basis, that patient care is the central focus. And, you know, and it's so hard when you think about all this stuff that can distract us from the mission, that, you know, when you have that kind of grief, it just brings everybody back to focus. That is what we value. And so, you know, those kinds of discipline, kind of daily strategies really do keep people focused. You know, when we say, gosh, what's the hardest thing of all? Is getting caught every day in the crisis of the day. You know, it's so hard to get out of that managing and reacting to really then being that proactive leader that we want to be. And so as we think about those internal strategies, it requires some discipline. It requires us to have this become strong. It requires us to have strategies about how we nurture ourselves, how we take care of ourselves as leaders. It also requires us to be reflective and to say, how did that go? You know, did I show up as the best version of myself today? For those of you that are in healthcare, one of the things we really admire is often your teams will say, oh my gosh, we are best in a crisis. You know, when a crisis comes, we are on it. And, you know, and we see that ability to have the team coalesce and come together, and it's a great strength. And our question as it relates to resilience is, how can we take that, the very best version of ourselves in healthcare, especially in crisis, and how can we bring more of that into the everyday